Good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. My topic today is lockdown a boon or a bane? What does lockdown mean? Well, it means a state of isolation or restricted access instituted as a security measure. It is implemented during emergencies to keep citizens under control by restricting their complete or partial movement. For example, in March 2020, the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a global pandemic. People from around the world were not prepared for the sudden outbreak. But, as it's always said, prevention is better than cure. Measures are put in place to prevent the spread of this deadly virus. Measures like hand sanitization, social distancing, various restrictions, and the most courageous but needed of all measures for lockdown. Now the question is, was this lockdown a boon or a bane? Yes, it was both a boon and a bane too. Due to the lockdown, there were immediate concerns about the enthusiastic startup ecosystem of India. With the halt in supply, demand, transport, and communication, the cogwheels of economies grinded to a halt. The world economy underwent massive recession. The GDP of our country sank to minus 24%, which is the lowest India has ever witnessed. More than 20 million workers lost their jobs, bringing colossal suffering to their families. The worst sufferers were the migrant workers who had to walk hundreds of miles on their feet to go back to their homelands. This is not the only example of a lockdown we know about. On 5th August 2019, Kashmir was put in a similar lockdown state following the revocation of the special status of Jammu and Kashmir via the scrapping of Article 370 and Article 35A of the Indian Constitution. Since the lockdown was brought into effect, no foreign journalist had been granted permission by the government to report in the new Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Even the mainstream politicians were put under house arrest and were barred from attending public meetings. This kind of lockdown is entirely undemocratic, where the basic rights of the citizens are snatched away. This tyrannical exploitation of power is totally unacceptable and is an absolute pain. But every cloud has a silver lining. Likewise, every crisis can teach us a lesson. The lockdown brought about a change in how the societies functioned. People from all countries under lockdown are spending on things which are only necessary. Every member of the household brought upon themselves various roles to keep the house running. Everyone knew the economic impact of the lockdown and molded themselves for this imminent impact. In the past, the concept of online teaching was never heard of. But now, due to lockdown, students have no option of studying except depending upon online classes. And what was once abnormal has become the new normal. Lockdown has made us realize that students can have access to quality teachers around the world without much effort and at much lower prices. Lockdown has proved to be a boon for the environment as the pollution created by factories, industries, and vehicles has been much reduced. It was a real break for those who had no time for family. Lockdown was a real boon for the working ladies. It saved their traveling time and their official appointments. Working from home was indeed a boon for the new mothers. It also proved to be a great opportunity to explore one's hidden talents and satiate thirst for the new knowledge. People found me time in the rat race of modern life. So, lockdown can either be a boon or a bane depending on how it is utilized. As for me, I personally think that it is a boon, as it has opened new horizons for me and allowed me to be attending this online session with everyone. Most importantly, my mother is always around me, balancing her official work from home, and this is the biggest personal boon to me. In conclusion, I would like to say that no matter how much difficult situation we are in, we can always get over it if we have a fixed goal in mind and a good intention. Nothing is absolute. It is us human beings who can turn every situation either into a boon or a bane. So let us make the best of the situation we are presently in. Thank you.